Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram. I'm coming to you live from the Hive on Monday, November 21st. We are going to be doing the ink, paper, scissors card class today, which features the Boughs of Holly stamp set and whole suite of products. And we're going to be making 4 fabulous cards with you. Yay! So, let's just make sure the phone is turned off. Oh, and the volume is turned down, you guys, right? Otherwise, we're going to be hearing Mario go crazy with his coins like normal. So I bet you anything that there are a bunch of you that are already watching because I started it like about 20 minutes ago while I did all the back end work. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm going to try to roll through your names really quick just to make sure I say hi to everybody. Hi, Cindy Runtree. Thanks for sharing, by the way. And Mary Lemke. Hi, Mary. Mary, you called me and you said you were okay, but I just wanted to make sure if we need to chat yet, just let me know. But I thought we were squared away. So there's, hi, Shirley Merlarkey. And there's Sherry Stewart. Hi, Sherry and Linda Hunt. Hi, Deb Norman. Deb, I sent you an email today too about the end of my Winter Creative Escape verbiage, about the Corona. If I didn't know if I needed to update that or it was highlighted, but thank you for proofreading for me. I really appreciate that. Speaking of that, I think I'm ready to publish the Winter Creative Escape now. Hi, Sarah Merchant from New Jersey. Hi, Jennifer Jones from Indiana, and there is Sandy Wicklander. Woohoo! Hi, Sherry Everett from Oregon. Oh, and then Deb just said, be sure to hit the thumbs up, you guys, which, speaking of which, I'm going to do that myself, so I don't forget. Hi, Randy Schultz. Hi, Latokia. Hi, Diane Bogenhagen, saving the day again with Joyful Floridies today. I appreciate it. Hi, Doris Munson and Laura Sullivan. Hi, Sue Somerville. Hi, Marcia Long. Hi, Barb Johnson. And who else do we have? Mary Schreiber. Good evening to you as well. Hi, Donna Grushke. Hi, Debbie Schultz. I feel like I've talked to a bunch of you throughout the last few days. Hi, Mary Hartman and Sherry Martin. Hi, Penny Powell from sunny Florida. Hi, Linda Kester from my backyard. Hop, skip, and a jump away. Woohoo! So, hi, Faye Godby. Hi, Cheryl Thomas. It feels like I just talked to a whole bunch of you gals. And you know why? It's because I've been reaching out to you about classes. Because, I'm so excited to announce. Hi, Judy Sharp. Oh, you did respond. Okay, I haven't been in my email for the last 2 hours, I think. I'm very happy to report you guys that I think I officially made it through all the emails that I've had that were from about a week and a half ago. I'll tell you. Hi, Donna Simmer. Hi, Lynn Beasley. Hi, Lori Baxter. Marcia Long, blessed Thanksgiving to you as well. And to everybody, you guys. We're live tonight, primarily because Thanksgiving and my dad's birthday fall on Thursday, the 24th, and I will not be live on Thursday night. I don't know if I'll schedule something. Teamwork makes the dream work. You got that right. Hi, Mary Carls from Jericho. Hi, Stacy Burns. I don't know if I'll schedule something or if you guys are looking for something to do on Thursday night, just go look in the past videos and you'll find plenty of stuff. But if I think of it, I will schedule an announcement with a blast from the past Facebook Live or YouTube Live that we did. Hi, Betty Pyle. So yes, lots of stuff going on. Carissa has been helping me with some bookkeeping, you guys, which is amazing. And she helped me but log in an Excel format so it's easily trackable how many classes you guys have taken first we started with paid for because you may recall, if you've been following me now for over a year, back in December, late December, I announced a loyalty program, 2 of them by a matter of fact. One is for when you pay for classes and one is for when you place orders. Yay, perfect. Thanks for letting me know later, Faye. So this is a little bit different for in-person versus online. In person, people get a card from me that is like a little business card thing, and there's little circles on there, and once they pay for it, then I sign it, and they keep track of it on a little card. Thanks, Marcia Long. But for online, that's kind of hard to track it for you guys. I can't sign your cards because you're not here. So for online, I have the ability to track it because Chris is helping me track it. And so if you are generally an online class attendee, hi Judy Immel, and you have been paying for classes for the last year, the loyalty program is the same. Take 10 classes that are paid for not including ink, paper, scissors, and other product-based classes, but the regular classes like monthly. Let's Just Stamp, the sweet classes, any ad hoc classes like the Blue Christmas one that's coming up, or Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah, or Catalog Launch Party. Whenever you take 10 classes with me in a row, not in a row, when you take 10 classes with me, any mixture of the regular pay for ones, you get the 11th one free. So I've been very excited to reach out to, I have a list here, I'm not gonna but that's the list, right, of everybody. And this was everybody in person and online. And so I've been able to reach out to a bunch of you guys and tell you, hey, you've taken, get this. One person has taken 39 classes with me since the beginning of January, and this is only through October, right? So we haven't updated November and December yet, right? So I know that this person will have about 45 classes by the time we finish logging November and December, and she's earned basically 4 free classes. So come December here, Sandy he's the man, Let's Just Stamp December, monthly class December, and the Blue Christmas, all free. And it's just my way of being able to give back to those people who are loyal to me and take my classes on a regular basis. So some of you had taken 25 classes, some 28, one has 27, another with 28. I'm so amazed. I want to say, hey, Catherine Healy. I want to say that I think Sandy Wicklander is by far the top person. I don't know if she has missed maybe one class, a product-based class that she didn't do. And maybe I'm wrong. I think she didn't do maybe the Memories and More with the Santa Express. But I think other than that, she's done absolutely every class. Tammy Steckling, I left you a message on Saturday. I did a little boo-boo. Tammy, if you're listening, you won a half off bundle, and Francis Rodriguez won a half off bundle. They were both the Lights That Glow and the Christmas one. I mailed you her dies, and I mailed her your dies. So I need you to make sure that you got the dies, and I'm gonna give you guys each other's addresses, and then have you mail the dies to each other, and I'll reimburse you and give you a credit off of a future class for whatever the shipping cost was. So you guys, I can't get it all straight all the time, but we make it right when we can. So yeah, so if I'm gonna do a little something for Sandy. I think she's my #1 class attendee. There's a lot of people that are kind of right behind her in the the 20s, and Jeannie Parker too, 33. Holy Moses. So I'm so excited, and I'm going to be able to pull some stats. Oh, perfect, Tammy. I'm glad you got the message. So just confirm that you've got the dies, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you Francis's address, and I'm sending Francis your address, and then just tell me how much shipping was, and I'll give you a credit off of a future class. That's because I don't want you to be out the postage. It was my error. They bamboozle me when they put the dies for one set where they're the opposite, where it's the die should go with the one set and then opposite for the other, and I didn't catch that. So yeah, that's how that happens. So hi, Ann Bellinger. So yeah, so I'm excited I reached out to almost everybody on the list. I think Linda Hunt, if you're watching, I have you logged at 9, and if you did get a November class with me, then you would have earned the 10th one, or gotten the 10th one and earned one free. But I'm waiting to get November logged before I tell you. But otherwise, I did reach out to almost everybody. Betty Pyle, you're another one. Hi, Sue Spiegner. You're at 9 via through October. But if you did have an December or November class that you paid for, you would have earned a free one too. And these classes, then you can earn by the end of the year. They could be an upcoming December class or a past class. So yay! So that's exciting that I have you guys. I have that kind of in the works. So that's good. The other part of that loyalty program, you guys, was for the online, because again, in person I can track this and I sign people's cards. So this applies to online people, that if you place a minimum $50 order, you get a punch per se, and oh my, you guys, we got the spammers going on. We got the trollers, okay? So make sure you report it and get it out of your feed here so that you don't have to keep seeing it. But the girls 18 XYZ, yep, not me, guys. That is a troll, is what they refer to them as. So when you hard press on it or hit the 3 little dots, you can report it. And as soon as we all start to report it, then we we get rid of them. So yes, Debbie Schultz, definitely a troll. So yeah. So with regards to the loyalty shopping, you guys, for online, Chris is helping me log that too. So if you, for every, so once you place an order and if it's minimum $50, you get a punch. And once you have 6 punches, you get a $25 gift certificate. So as soon as we get everything up to date, I will be reaching out to those people who earned certificates or like a product, $25 gift certificate from me for product, so that you can go on a little shopping spree. So yay. Okay. So you guys, I never forgot about that stuff. I just got a little bit more busy than I ever anticipated, and bookkeeping didn't happen as much as it should have been. So I will admit that that is a hard thing to keep up on. So yeah, so that, and then you guys, we had a great seasonal sale. Oh man, I don't know if I pulled the names. So anybody who placed a $75 order between the 15th and the 18th, they get their name in for a drawing for a stamp set. I didn't pull those names. So I will be live at some point tomorrow and we'll do that drawing tomorrow. So, oh, thanks for everybody for reporting. So, so there's that. I do have the Let's Just Stamp cards, these cards right here. We'll announce the winners for those cards after class, and we'll do the door prize drawing for everybody. 68 people, you guys. 68. This is by far the biggest class for ink, paper, scissors yet. Gnomes was pretty close. Gnomes was 64, and this is 68. So, whew, exciting. So you guys, I'm going to do roll call here so I don't forget. Hi, Karen Forward. Hi, Carol Alanis. Hi, Jody Storman. Thanks for reporting, everybody. So we're going to do roll call. If you are here with me, watching me live, or you're catching the replay, do a shout out and say hi. I'd love to see that you're here. So we have Deanna Stell, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Martin, Angela Knutson, Kathy Dali Nagari, Lynn Beasley, Mary Carls, Faye Godby, Linda Hodge, Gwen Petrashek, Latokia Trigg, Jennifer Jones, Julie Bierschbach, Jeannie Parker, Judy Immel, Diane Bogenhagen, Barb Collins, Jill Butzine, Carmen Melendez, Lila Erickson, Jody Storman, Ruth Nicholson, Cheryl Thomas, Judy Kruger, Karen Wetstein, Feline Mays, Penny Powell, Chris Dudarenki, Hildy Vilches, Karen Ford, Tammy Steckling, Gail Kane, Debbie Buzzy at Work Schultz, Cindy Entringer, Laura Sullivan, Barbara Moynan, Sue Somerville. Hi, Becky Gandolfo. You can call me tomorrow. Absolutely. We'll try to talk first thing in the morning. Okay, Becky? Sue Somerville, Karen Stagg, Barb Johnson, Doris Munson, Carla Lake, Kat Birch, Betty Pyle, Cindy Runtree, Helen Chase, Becky Rohr, Linda Hunt, Shirley Malarkey, Becky Gandolfo, Lori P., Tracy Gruby, Mary Lemke, Sarah Merchant, Joyce Kornick, Sue Spiegner, Marcia Long, Annette Rollin, Donna Grushke, Sherry Stewart, Wendy Kruger, Lori Baxter, Sherry Everett, Darrell Hoffaker, Judy Sharp, Darlin Blaze, Carol Engelbrecht, Suzanne Neild, and last but certainly not least, Yvette Smith. Whew, hi, Anique Anique, where are you from again? You're from the Netherlands. I remember you watched me another time where I caught you. So 68 peeps, you guys. Holy Moses and a half is all I have to say. So we're not only going to do one name for a door prize, we're going to do 2 door prizes off of this list. Wow, you guys. You absolutely love the Boughs of Holly cards, you guys. Hi, Julie Bierschbach. They are great. So Chris and I worked on these cards together, and so they're so elegant. They're like rich looking. They're like the evergreen with the cherry cobbler. Just they must have tripped our triggers, and they were so fun to work on. To design them, and then you guys are gonna have fun. If you like these layouts, you could definitely recreate these. So fun. A bunch of you guys are here as well, so that's awesome. Before we do get started, I want to share with you, I have a little bit of Happy Mail that I want to share with you, and also I'm going to pull out the catalog so you guys can see where the suite is in the mini catalog. So we'll pull this out here first. So Julie Bierschbach, She used her stamp, you guys. I love it. So for people who attended on stage in my block of rooms, Kelly helped me put together a personalized stamp that says sending sunshine, love, and big hugs. And Julie sent me a card, and I just got it today, Julie. I love it. She stamped it on the piece of paper that went on the top. And so when I opened it up, I got to see the stamp in action, which was awesome. Hi, Becky Rohr. And she used the Wonderful World Designer Series paper and a thank you card. And then she decorated the inside with a little strip of Designer Series paper. So it was very pretty. I got that today. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate your card. This one came to me from Penny Powell down in the Sunshine State. Always grateful. And life is better with you. And her kitten Percy helped her write out the card. So I love it. And she used some of the ribbon that we're actually going to be using in class tonight. This set, you guys, that was from, I think, the mini catalog 2 falls ago. I just came across the set. It's like Sale-a-bration tag dies is what that was from. So Penny, I got this today. And I got another one here. This comes to us from Beverly Smith. And, oh, it had a little envelope in here, just a little spot to put a check, which is awesome. So she's taken the florets class with me. And I love how she used the Designer Series paper on the front to create like a little, it's like a little picture, a portrait that you'd put on the wall. Hi, Lori Sweet. Lori, I left you a message too. I think that I owe you the sweetest candy cane Christmas class. Did you guys ever feel like you did something and then you find out you didn't? Because I feel, Lori, like I sent you the sweetest candy cane Christmas class, but I looked through the pirate ship. So Sandy, I do have a few of those stamps left. So if anybody's interested in that stamp, please privately message me. I think I have like 3 left, so that we made extra just in case something happens. So Sandy, just reach out to me privately and we can make it work, because I actually have them because I got them for the event. So, but yeah, so Lori Sweet, I feel like I sent you that class, and now I'm trying to think, if I didn't send it to you, did I send it to somebody else by accident? But regardless, I owe you the class. And so I will get that in the mail for you tomorrow. So, but I left you a message and I'm like, I felt bad that I might have missed sending it to you, but I'll tell you guys, with Onstage, it zonked me, it like wiped me out. And I feel like those days after we got back were a blur. So very possible, Lori, I send it to somebody else. And if I did send somebody a Sweetest Candy Cane Christmas card class and it wasn't meant to go to you, please let me know so I can at least solve the mystery in my head. So, but going back to this was Beverly's card that she sent me, and it came with a really cool envelope. I don't want to do address, but she embossed the whole envelope with stuff. It was super cool. So I have that Happy Mail to share with you guys. Very cool. All right, so before I forget too, you guys, you're gonna have to tell me, do you wanna see this stuff now or do you wanna see it later? We got the Joyful Flurries ink, paper, scissors done. We've got our Winter Creative Escape card done, and I wanna show you upcoming classes. So do you wanna see that stuff now before I start class, or do you wanna see it after class? And hopefully I don't forget. So tell me now what you'd prefer, because I'll get rocking and start showing you guys what we're working on today. And then you can let me know what you think. So Boughs of Holly is on page 24. Of the mini catalog here. So here's this mini catalog. It's the holiday one. It goes through January 4th, and then it's while supplies last. So speaking of that, now, Sherry says now, I love it. So you guys, I just did about an hour and a half ago, I downloaded the last chance list from Stampin' Up! Because they have put a list together of what is going to be going away and some sale prices that are starting on December 1st. And it's out on my website. I'll also be sending an email on this tomorrow. And I also will be scheduling a walkthrough of the mini catalog to like go page by page like I always do of what's retiring, so you guys can watch that with me, because when you see that spreadsheet it's really cumbersome and it's hard to follow. I'm getting a lot of votes for now, so we'll do the now, you guys. Hi Melanie Foy. So I'm going to show you really quick, you guys, where if you want to see the file really quick where the last chance is, I'll show you where it is, and then we're gonna we'll show you some cards too. So in case anybody's wondering, what you would need to do is go to the internet, go to my website, which is cardsbychrisb.com. And then what you're going to want to do is go to blog and news, and there's a section called newsletters and files. And under the files section here, it says, here's my schedule, but then it's the next one is, hi Amy Ponce. The next one is last chance list, holiday mini catalog. When you guys click on that, it brings up a PDF and it shows all of the things that are going to be on sale, if they're on sale, or what's being going away, what's carrying over. There's also a carrying over list, and I'm going to put the carrying over list right underneath that. But if you see underneath here, there's a Santa's wish list as well. So Santa's wish list is a thing that you can use if you want to. Let's just see if I can open it up really quick. So you guys, if you need a little wish list for your friends and family so that Santa Claus can bring something for you, you could print this off, list the things that you want, and I can help whoever it is get stuff ordered for you. So the wish list is out there. The last chance is out there. I will be adding the carryover list as well. So, all right. So it sounds like where on the demo site is the retirement list? I couldn't find it. It's under happening now, last chance. So you have to go to the happening now section, click on that, and then you'll have to go to, there's a little icon for last chance. So you guys, we'll wait on this. We'll talk about this in a second because it sounds like you want to see what's coming up for classes. So Carissa and I worked yesterday and we had a lot of fun doing the ink, paper, scissors for next month. So I need a favor from you guys that if you want to get signed up for this, please let me know sooner rather than later, because December gets crazy with mail, you guys. Lo and behold, the mail system gets clogged up because of all this Christmas activity with cards and letters. And so I'm planning to mail out the ink, paper, scissors a week earlier than normal, okay? And I'm planning for 48. I have 20 signed up, so that means I have 28 spots left. So, and that's what I'm planning for. And like, I know I'm gonna have, it's less than this month, but I think that because December gets busy for people, but just know the cards are wintry cards. They're not Christmas cards when we do ink, paper, scissors. And it is gonna be the week before Christmas. I believe ink, paper, scissors is December, I think it's the 22nd, which is a normal Thursday night for me. So if you guys are busy with holiday stuff, just know you can always catch the replay, right? So I'm going to show you the cards. I think you're going to love them. This was Carissa's idea to use the in colors, okay? I had to think about what I want to say. They're the in colors. In the past, I've always done the snowflake class, and I've done pink and blue and purple and more pastel-y, and she had this fabulous idea of using the in colors. You guys are going to love these cards, okay? I'm going to flip them down. I'm going to share with you what we came up with. So, all right. So we have Sweet Sorbet. So this is ink, paper, scissors, where you get the goodie bag. So you'll get the roll of ribbon, you'll get the embellishments, and you'll get a quarter pack of the snowflake vellum. And we are double matting all of the cards so that you have a really cheerful, bright inside. So this one features the Sweet Sorbet. And again, it's the Joyful Flurry. That bundle is what's being featured. But on this one, you guys, all you need a sentiment. That's it. Okay? This one is featuring the Tahitian Tide. All you need is a sentiment, because you'll get your ribbon, your embellishments, and your vellum in your kit. And there's nothing else really stamped on here. These are cool because these pop up like this, and then you can kind of see the silver underneath. And again, double matte on the inside for you. So that is the Tahitian Tide one. And then purple. Did somebody say purple? All right. These are the purple ones, kind of. So this is Orchid Oasis. And again, all you need is a sentiment. So you guys are going to be able to make these cards pretty much identical to these if that's the way you want them. And again, on the inside, we did a double matte. Yeah, Julie Bierschbach's like, yay! And so is Diane. They're my double matters. So is Ann Bellinger. So Starry Night is technically blue, but it's purple, right? It's a blue purple. And so another one, you'll need a sentiment here. Now, this is where it gets a little bit dicey in case you don't have stamps that are snowflakes. You'll have to figure something out because the snowflakes come from the set. And so these, we wanted to pull them in because one card should at least use the snowflake stamps. But you guys, there's like 7 snowflake sets that they've had in the last 5 years. I found them all over the weekend. So there are so many snowflakes. So what you'll do for this one is you'll get a piece of white paper and you're gonna stamp your snowflakes and then die cut them, fussy cut them, however you want to. And then there's a little blue ink that's brushed over the top of the embossing over here, and you need a sentiment. And again, this one's a double matted. So now's the time. Get on the list if you would like to sign up for this class. These snowflakes are absolutely, thank you. Love everyone, Deb. Thanks, I appreciate it. We had a blast working on these cards yesterday. So, so that's what is for this series, ink, paper, scissors for next month. So this is December. Again, these are cards that you can use all snowy winter season long. Make them birthday cards. You can make them an anniversary card, a happy, birthday, thinking of you, whatever you need. Get well. So this one features that. So, all right, Linda Hunt, sign you up. Sent me an email. Perfect. Thanks for sending. And Marsha Long, you're already signed up and you're paid for these. So do not try to pay me again. Okay, Marsha, this is the one where you accidentally paid for November's ink, paper, scissors twice. So you're already signed up, you're paid up, so I'm not signing you up again, unless you want a second set, right? Sometimes you guys might want to stamp with a buddy, and then you get 2 kits like for that reason, but yeah. So if you want to get signed up, make sure you send me a message or reach out to me privately so I can get you signed up. Jennifer will want it too. Yeah, so that class is $36 for anybody that wants to get signed up. If you send the money via PayPal, Friends and Family, Venmo, without the payment protection, it's $36. If you send it a different way, it's $37.50, or pay through the website. There's always a convenience fee. So yay! What happened to Parakeet Party? It got left on the wayside. So this isn't an in-color class. This was a Joyful Flurry ink, paper, scissors class, which we always make 4 cards. And so me being the person that I'm not a big fan of Parakeet Party, it got left out by the wayside. So not like to, yes, Latokia, this was ink, paper, scissors. So Parakeet Party just didn't make the cut, right? So it's like, these were all pretty. These 4 colors to me were all pretty snowflake cards, where Parakeet Party just wasn't in the cards for it, you guys. So yep, Penny Powell, you're already signed up for this. Your check for it arrived today as well. And Sherry Everett too, you can, yep, I'll watch for your note tomorrow. So you guys, ink, paper, scissors next month. Now, the Winter Creative Escape is coming up really fast, you guys. It is my demonstrator event. It's like, if you're signed up with Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator, a discount shopper, or a hobbyist, however you call yourself, whatever it is as long as you're signed up through Stampin' Up! To get products, you can attend my demonstrator only event. And it's in January. If you go to January 12th, everything's up to date on there. I need to copy that from the 12th throughout the whole weekend. So hi, Jeannie Parker. So Judy Immel, I want you to make me a card with the snowflakes with Parakeet Party, and I'll show everybody it on the next live I do that after you bring it. So I challenge somebody to make a Parakeet Party snowflake card. So Winter Creative Escape is coming up, you guys. Just start watching for that. I'm gonna publish it in the next few days. It's an event where there's gorgeous displays. You're gonna have 8 to 9 to 10 make and takes, just depends on how much we get planned. It's at least 8, not more than 10. And 8 creative presentations. It's like 4 one-day events, or you can do the online version and it's like every day there's stuff going on. So we got 1 card ready to share with you guys. And this is new product out of the spring mini catalog. And it's featuring the On the Barn bundle. And it's super cool because we use the designer series paper for it. Is that open to demos from across the globe? No, Anik, I don't ship internationally, so I don't do anything with customs. I don't pay to have it go outside the country. So yeah, hi Kathy Jackson from Iola, Wisconsin. Voted off the island, Judy, yes. I'm gonna flip down, you guys, and I'm gonna share this one. So the Winter Creative Escape, this is one of the cards. And in this case, the only thing that's stamped on here really are some clouds in the background, and the barn is stamped, but the cows and I should say the pigs and the cow and the La La Lamb here and this is all designer series paper. So boo you being mean. And then on the inside, it looks like this. So And we got the little chicken stamped on there. So we got one card ready to go for the winner creative escape, you guys, and that's this one. So it's a fun fold. And then just to remind everybody, the game night is coming up. And game night is featuring the penguins. You guys have probably seen these. I have about 15 spots left at this class. And it's December 1st online or in person on November 30th. Oh, I'm so glad you like the barn set, you guys. So this is game night. If you guys want to get signed up for that, please reach out. I think I have 42 signed up. I'm planning for 72. So maybe that means, oh, that's not including in person. I think I have about 20 left of this one. And then the Blue Christmas, you guys, I think I have less than 10 left. And Blue Christmas are these cards. So a bunch of you have earned some free classes with me because you took 10 classes over the last like 9, 8, 10 months, something like that. And just know that these are this Blue Christmas is one that you could pick for free. Here's the Tahitian Tide again with some snowflakes. Some candy canes with balmy blue. This is Starry Night with the Lights Aglow set. So this one would qualify where the game night is a paid for class. Ink, paper, scissors is also a paid for class. You can't get free. But anyways, that's you guys what I've got coming up. I do plan to do a showcase with you guys because there are also He's the Man. There's He's the Man, the monthly class, and Let's Just Stamp for December. And so there's a lot coming up, you guys. And we have mystery card night. So yeah, that Chris House are fantastic, worth every penny. Great cards, wonderful friends, and delicious food. Yay, thanks for that, Deb. That good little plug. So I do plan to do a showcase with you guys. Maybe Wednesday, if I can sneak it in on Wednesday, because just December is going to go by really fast for us with all that's coming up with the holidays. So I did want to share some of that stuff with you early now so that you can get some sneak peeks at what's coming up. So yay. Oh, Judy and Diane are so funny. Look at the piggies and the bossy. Yep. So did anybody else get their pre-order yet? Those who went to Onstage had a product purchase premiere and they could start ordering select stuff from the new spring catalog. And I did 2-day shipping, of course, so I could get it in, came on Friday, and so we could work on it a little bit yesterday already. So, all right. Hi, Karen Wetstein. All right, so we're back to the hollies, you guys, the Boughs of Holly. So the suite is called Boughs of Holly, and the bundle is called Leaves of Holly. So similar names, but just slightly different. I do have a PDF tutorial for this class, you guys. It's in the online store already. So if you didn't get signed up for this class but would still like to purchase the PDF, it's available. The PDFs are they are for anybody worldwide. So Anik, if you're wondering about that, I don't do centimeters though, I just do inches. And so the PDFs are available for sale worldwide because I'm not shipping anything per se. So Karen's, her pre-order is coming too. Yay, it's but soon, Karen's. Hi, Pat Detlefson. The pre-orders are fun. It's awesome to get a box filled with new goodies, and that's one of the perks of signing up to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is you get to pre-order products early. So if you didn't attend Onstage, those that didn't but are demonstrators can start pre-order on December 1st. That's so exciting. So let me flip this down, you guys. This is what we're going to be working on tonight. Boughs of Holly comes with a stamp set with dies. The stamp set looks like this, and then the dies look like this, and these guys, they got a workout. So thank you to Tammy Sokolik. She did all of your die cutting for this class, you guys, and her husband helped out too. I love it, Mark. Gotta get a plug for Mark. He helped out. This one has the ribbon that is called Natural Woven Ribbon. So that's what was used here. And then we've got the textural elements. So everybody got a roll of ribbon with this class, and they got a package of the textural elements. You're going to end up with extra of both, which is okay. Just know you can make more pretty cards with them. You are going to need a cherry cobbler blend for coloring your berries. And I believe the ink colors that we used are Evening Evergreen and Cherry Cobbler. No spatial insight. PDFs, oh, then don't go that route. No problem. The designer series paper is here, you guys. I will say that for my cards that I'm going to be putting together, I had to do a little switcherooing because I was all out of one of the patterns, and I went with something else, but you guys will have your quarter pack and you're gonna be able to cut right out of your quarter pack. And that's what we generally do first for this one. This class is one where I do go through cutting paper with you because you get a quarter pack, and I want to make sure you guys cut your paper correctly. So I have here Angela Knutsen's kit, and she let me have it to use as a sample for showing you guys how to cut. So this is what you get when you get an ink paper scissors. You get a ribbon, you get an embellishment, a quarter pack of paper, and then the 4 card kits are here. And what we're gonna do is, as a group, we're gonna cut these to the sizes that we need, and then stick them in with our card kit so that when we get time for, when we go to make them, everything's all together. So I feel like we're gonna start with an easy one. Let's start with this one. And you guys, and the PDF has them all like numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't generally go in any specific order when we make the cards. So what we're gonna do is grab this one. And that one is a back-to-back piece right here. So you have this really pretty, this is one of my favorite patterns in all of the new catalog, or this mini catalog. I just, there's something I love about this. The colors, the berries, the leaves, so cool. And on the back side, we have this green stripy looking pattern. And so they're back to back. And so what I've got for you actually is, so this is a 3 7/8. It's 3 3/4 total, right? So what we can do is cut the 3 3/4, and then the length is actually 5. So let's get out our trimmers, you guys. I have mine right here. And so knowing that we need to cut 5 wide, on the next page in the mini is the Jingle, Jingle, Jingle step, also available in Dutch. Yay, no, not a single sentiment is translated. Oh no. Yeah, so that's not good. I don't have the Jingle Jingle stamp set, you guys. I didn't get that one. There's so many stamps. A girl can't have them all, right? So I want to make sure I cut this at 5 inches with my stripes going this way. If you accidentally cut it with your stripes going this way, you're just going to have them going horizontal. Not the end of the world, but because I know I want them going like vertical stripes, I'm going to cut my 5 inches this way. So I'm going to cut it at 5, and then this is a scrap. I'm going to set it on the scrap pile. And then the whole thing is 3 3/4. So I am going to turn it around and basically go 3 3/4. So this is a scrap, and this ultimately is the piece that we want for our front. But because we want half of one side and half of the other, 3 3/4 in half is, I think, I don't remember it. It's 1 7/8 is what I think in my head. But math is hard right now. I just know I need to cut this right in the middle. So half of 3 is 1 1/2, and half of 3/4, I believe, is the 7/8. So at 1 7/8 is where we're gonna cut this. All right, so that should take us right down the middle of this. And then when we have this green will stay for the top, and then this will be used for the bottom, okay? So that's what we've got for that. That's it. So that's the designer series paper we're gonna use for this card. And what I'll do is I'm gonna put that over there because that's for Angela. Now, let's do another easy one. This one's really easy. These two are actually 3 by 4 pieces. So let's find those patterns and cut those then. So it's this one right here. So, and then this also uses over here, right? So we're gonna use part of it for this card and then this side for this card. So let's set that out. And then the other piece that we need is the red one that looks like this. So that red one is the back pattern here. So this is a 3 by 4. And let me just make sure. I'm gonna pull out the tree one. I'm gonna put that on the top because we need the tree one down here. And then the small, let's see here, it's the small poinsettia gets used as well on this one. And then there's a green one. And the green looks like the tree. Okay, so I was just making sure I got all my papers pulled out. So let's go back to this. because we were going to do this one. So we need a 3x4 and a 3x4. So let's cut this one at 3 inches, which cuts it in half. Yes, this DSP is gorgeous. So 3 and then turn it by 4. So these are little scraps you can use for making other pretty cards. So this one is 3x4. And then we have here, we need this piece and this piece. Now this is 3 inches and this is 2 3/8 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this at 3 inches and we're gonna use the 3x4 here. So let's set this to the side and we're gonna do a 4-inch cut right now. All right, so that's a scrap. Here's the piece that goes with this. And now we have this left. So, all right. So another time where you could maybe think about, like there is a pattern to this, but there's really not a pattern. So this one is going this way and this is going this way, but either way, it's gonna look very nice on the card. Just know that if you want it to go the horizontal, you would have cut it at 3 this way. But I know Angela doesn't mind because I'm cutting her paper, so life is good. And so this one is now 5 1/8. So 5 1/8. So that's a scrap. And then I gotta measure this one more time. It's 2 3/8. So now flip it. And we're gonna do, and so you guys, you've got the PDF tutorial, so you can always refer back to that for the measurements. I know I'm saying them, but if you like them in a written form, they're in the PDF tutorial that was emailed out on Saturday. Thanks, Becky, I appreciate that. Good to see you here. So that's for this one. And so this one's done now. And let's finish off, so this green piece with the trees on the bottom. And we need this piece. All right, so couple things here. Now think about this. This piece, we need a strip here, and then the back side is used here. Okay, so we want our trees to be going horizontal. Like it wouldn't make sense to have our trees going sideways. So it's gonna be very important that we cut this the right way. And it is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1 1/8 inch. So what we want to do is cut off 1 1/8 inch here. And then it's 5 1/8 this way. All right. Hi, Carissa. So this is this piece right here. And we've already got this one. So now we've got that card complete. And what we have left here is a piece that is going to be used over here. All right. So this one, so you have this whole chunk left, and we don't worry about what the direction, there's no direction really here. And so this is gonna be 5 1/8 tall by, I gotta remember what it is. It's 5 1/8, and I believe it is 3 7/8. You guys, I'm going off of memory, and sometimes I gotta measure it. So this is almost a whole mat, but you have these little pieces that are left. And so this is your mat for here. That's the back. So on this one, it's a fun fold, you guys. It opens like this and like that, okay? So that's that back piece. We have one piece left here, okay? And it might seem complicated, but it's not that complicated. What was the mise on the gray piece? Oh, the measurement on the gray piece. This one was 2 3/8 tall by 5 1/8 wide. Penny, is that what you're asking about? 5 1/8 by 2 3/8. Okay. So we have here a triangle, right? And you guys also have a triangle that we're gonna cut. We're gonna cut your triangle of your mat in class here in a second, but we're gonna just worry about this piece right here because we're cutting designer series paper. So this starts off with, it actually starts off as a rectangle, and it's 5 by 3 3/4. So what we're gonna do, and there's no direction really with the poinsettias, so we're gonna cut it at 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. One moment, please, because I have mine cut already here. And I want to make sure, oops, I lost a little guy here. I want to make sure it's right, because I'm pretty sure, yes, that's 5. So, yep, 5. Okay, we're going 5. If it's too big, we can always trim it down a hair, you guys. So we're going 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. So we're starting off with this piece right here. You can see that it needs to be a triangle now. How do you make the triangle? Now you just have to cut from corner to corner. What happens then is this gives you 2 mats, one for this card and one for a future card, right? So all you have to do is line up your corner and your corner. And the trick is to never start at the top of the corner because you'll push your corner down. So I start a little bit below the corner, I go up, and then I bring it down. And now that is the piece that goes right here. Okay, and you are gonna be left with an extra one. So you can always make another card. Okay, so for Angela, I've got all of her pieces here. And what I will do for her later is I will put all of them in her envelopes so that she has them. And then what we'll do is put all of her extra pieces. So this is all left, you guys. If you want to decorate your envelopes, you want to decorate your insides, you want to make more pretty cards, this paper is extra for you. All right. So thank you, Angela, for letting me. Oh, and this one's for you too. I'll stick that in with the right kit then too. So we do need to talk about this one a little bit because I threw in an extra piece of paper by accident in all of your kits, and we'll talk about that and why that happened. So, but I hope that helps with you guys for cutting. And again, if you're watching the replay or if that was a little too fast, just know once we're done with this video, you can always go through and rewatch it and pause it. Like, listen to me cut, pause it while you cut, and then keep going. Okay. You have a PDF tutorial as well, which has the measurements so that you can you can cut it along with me. So we're going to start with that fold where it folds up and it folds out, because that one was a little bit crazy with me. The old olive, mossy meadow, it got the best of me, and the pear pizzazz, and it's just, so my card here, my sample, is actually going to be slightly different than what we're going to end up with making live. And that's okay. You guys, the color combinations all look great, regardless if it's mossy or if it's pear pizzazz or old olive, they all kind of go together. So what are you going to have in your kit is the important thing, right? Is the making sure you got all your pieces. So we'll just go through this really quick to make sure you guys have this. You have 2 labels here. So it's a pear pizzazz label and a white label. And these labels, they actually are part of the die set, you guys. Mine are off being used for something else. The snowman class that's coming up here next month, we actually use that same die here. So I've got my helpers with that die. And so you should have 2 of these labels in your kit. Then you're gonna also have in your kit some diamonds. You're gonna have 3 diamonds. So I will tell you guys, I don't generally put single loose embellishments in your ink, paper, scissors kits because your embellishment is usually the full package. Well, because you guys got textural elements, these cards looked really good having red rhinestones on them and clear rhinestones. And so we did put rhinestones in each kit on top of you guys having your full pack of textural elements. So don't lose them because you might not be looking for them, but they are there. Hi, Linda Hodge. So you should have 3 clear rhinestones. And then you're going to have your 4 pieces of holly. 2 are the solid ones in old olive, and then there's 2 detailed ones that are in mossy meadow, and they layer over the top of this. So you should have those 4 pieces. You'll already have a piece of white that's a triangle cut out for you. And hopefully after you've cut your designer series paper, it lines up and matches and creates a really nice mat. If for any reason your triangle is off kilter, it's too big, all you have to do is line it back up in your machine here and cut off a hair this way, and then flip it and cut off a hair that way. And hopefully that will help you so that you end up having the white margin on here like it should be. So you added your designer paper, and then you should also have in here 2 cherry cobbler mats and a white mat. The white and the non-embossed piece are for your inside, and the embossed piece here with the splatters embossing folder is for your outside. So you have an arm. You guys will have an old olive mat here. Now, this is where I must have been colorblind the day that I cut paper, because I pulled old olive for everybody's instead of mossy meadow. So it's okay though. I did a little, after I cut it all, I realized it, but I was like, nope, not recutting all these after they were embossed. And then Diane lent me her old olive, and just so you know, it's gonna look perfectly amazing with old olive as well. Once we get the whole card put together, it'll be great. And then, so you have that, and then this. This is where you guys improvising, right? You go with it and you punt. And so this is your little arm action for the top. So that'll be there. And then you have a piece of designer paper, which you just cut, and that mats onto a piece of white, like this. And then this is where I messed up cutting paper. Again, this one really got the best of me. And you guys, I came back from on stage and my brain was not functioning at full capacity last week. Hi, Sandy Zidoon. I don't know why I gave you 2 of these. I should have only given you 1 of them, and I should have given it to you in Mossy Meadow to match this card, right? Because it's really Mossy Meadow. But I had it in my head, I don't know why, that this needed to get glued here, and the arm came forward, and all in a nutshell, this is extra. You do not need this Mossy Meadow. You guys can do with it what you want, and you can use it on this card if you want, and I'll show you how you can use it, but it's not required, because what needs to happen is we need to cut this off at a slant here to create the triangle like this. So it goes like this and like this, right? So what we need to do is cut this at a diagonal. And how we're going to do that? So on this score line, we need to cut it down to the left. And I don't want to work this way. Like this is how I would cut it, but I don't like to work that way. I want to work with it this way. So I still need to cut from that score line down to here, and that's going to have the arm then come down at an angle. So what I'm going to do is, in my paper trimmer, I'm going to line up the score, and then I'm going to bring the point right to where my track is going to cut it, and make sure I didn't move at the top. And we're going to cut this off. Promise, it's okay. So you're going to end up with an extra triangle. Now, I contemplated cutting all this for everybody. I thought, no, you guys got to start to learn how to cut for yourself and get comfortable doing it. So just be careful. They always say measure twice, cut once. So if you're uncertain, go back, like check it over before you actually go cut with the blade. But I'm going to go up and I'm going to go down. This is extra, you guys. You make a pretty card with it in the future. So that should be the last cut that we need to do, I hope, for class. And what happens now is when this folds over, you've got that front panel that goes like this, and we've got our other triangle pieces here ready to already adhere on here. So that creates that. So again, it's slightly different than the sample that I have here for you, and that's slightly different than what's in the picture. I'm teacher, I'm scared. Jeannie Parker, don't be scared. I'm holding your hand, okay? We're holding hands. Take a deep breath, look at it 3 times, and then have somebody else review it if you need, and then go for it. So again, you guys, it's gonna be slightly different, but it'll all come together. Now, this is Mossy Meadow on the back side here of the card. So if you like the Mossy Meadow look, you can still make that work by putting this in here. You just end up with a little bit thicker back. So your call, what you want to do. So play with it. Let's see what it looks like this way. So here we've got that, and we're going to put this here. And then that's extra. Our arm is going to be old olive. So this is one option. So like you're at the eye exam with the eye doctor. This is option 1, right? Or do you want to have old olive be more consistent throughout it and have it look like that? Again, whoever gets the card is not going to know that you had to make a decision like that. So just go with whatever you like. And I think because there's a little bit more Mossy Meadow in this back mat here, I'm actually going to glue mine in there like that. And that's how I would use that piece up. So, oh, thanks, Sandy. All right, you guys, if you're uncertain about the whole cutting thing, have somebody just look at it with you. But just all you need to know with this piece right here, you're just cutting off the top triangle. It's from the score line down to here, right? And as Naughty Nancy would say, at the end of the day, it's just paper. Hi, Feline May's just getting home from work. Happy birthday. I think it was yesterday. And Shirley Malarkey's birthday is today, you guys. So happy birthday to those lovely ladies. All right. I've got a lot of stuff going on here. So I do want to get some pieces glued because we can do a little bit of gluing. Okay? Just a little bit. We can glue this and we can glue this, you guys. So these are our 2 pieces of designer paper. What we're going to do is put a little bit of the liquid glue. Now, I'm by nature a liquid glue fan. There are other types of adhesives that Stampin' Up! Sells. One of them is a tape runner, and it comes on a roll. It's called Stampin' Seal, which is out there. There's also tear and tape. There's mini glue dots. So pick your poison for what you want to use for adhering. And then this one's going to go on here. So we have a little smaller white margin. If you want to see a little bit bigger white margin, you guys, just trim off some hairs on both sides. All right, so then we can take and put a little bit more adhesive on the backs of these white pieces. And then this one is going to go on this panel here. Again, I did hold them up to make sure they fit before I glue them. So that's always a trick, you guys. Before you get glue on your paper, like measure, hold them up, make sure that you don't have to trim more off. It's a little tip for you. So there's that. All right. And, oh shoot, you guys, haha. That's what I love about liquid glue, because I had the ability to pick that up, and now I can put this one. I wanted to put the dark green in, you guys. So we're going to put the dark green one in, which is Mossy Meadow. I'm going to make sure it still fits in there good. And then I can put this guy. Now, I'm going to bet that he's pretty sticky yet, so we can put that right in here. Ha! See? I saved the day. All right. Now, if you see here, when you put that in there, you're going to end up with a little bit of overhang right there. If you want to, you can take and trim that off. And I'm going to grab my little guy here. And, oh, there's some stuff stuck on there. So I'm just going to trim that. You could have used your scissors too. But no, because it can't tuck in all the way because of that fold there, it's going to potentially overhang a little bit. All right, so the other things we can do here is we can glue. So let's measure, just make sure it's always a good habit, I found, to make sure that that fits in there good. And so we can go ahead and glue this on the inside. Nothing holding us back from that. And then, so on my sample, you guys, I didn't double mat it. So if you look at my card here, you can see that it doesn't have the double mat, but you're going to love the double matting in here because that red is just going to make it pop on the inside. Now the little arm, I'm calling this a arm, and so that can get adhered in here as well. So what I would do is just center this right on the inside. So the old olive does pick up the lighter green elements of that designer series paper. So I'm just going to test that. See, that looks nice. All right, so let's look back at here. We're going to do a little stamping, I promise, in a little bit. But I'm on a assembling roll here. So grab your ribbon. Oh, Feline, your kit arrived today in the mail. That's, I guess, good timing. Better the day that it's classes than like 10 days later, right? That got mailed a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken. So 2 pieces of ribbon, you guys, and grab your tear and tape. Gosh, Feline, that was mailed. I don't even remember what today is, the 21st. I feel like that was mailed well over a week ago. So I'm gonna put the tear and tape on the back, and this bottom ribbon is about 1/4 of an inch away from the bottom edge. And then I'm going to put this one kind of slightly overlapping it so that you've got just a little bit of like maybe 1/8 of an inch, and it's just doubled up to make it a little bit thicker. This stuff reminds me of cheesecloth, so it's kind of see-through. So we got that on, and then you can pick your little papers off, and we're going to just glue this onto that top of the arm. And I don't need to put more liquid glue where the tear and tape is sitting. So now this goes here. Oh, Sherry, so you know what? You guys, Mom and I kitted these up on Tuesday. I'll tell you. Last week, I've said this already, it was a blur. So we got back from onstage Sunday night. I was so exhausted. I cut all the paper. 11/16 is right, yep. Yeah, 11. So I was just gonna say, I cut all the paper for this class on Monday. On Tuesday, Mom and I kit this up in the afternoon, and then I took it all to the post office on Wednesday morning. So that makes sense that it was 11/16. So, yeah, so that is actually good then. Like, so normally, you guys, I would have liked to have mailed this on Tuesday, but I couldn't pull it off. I just couldn't pull it off with coming back from onstage. So, all right, so you guys, we've got a good core here going on, right? So then we do have to do a little stamping, but before we do stamping, we could do a little bit of spelling and our leaves here. So you've got, maybe you have to do a little bit of poking with these leaves, and I've got retry here. My chatting went away. So grab your Stella pen, and you could definitely get the greenery stelled here. Almost missed you, was still working, not paying attention to the time. Oh no, Jean. So Jean Terwilliger did me a solid this week. She placed an order, and she picked some of my past classes from last year. I'm so excited. She helped me clear out November of 2021. She took my very last one, and then she took a September of 2021 along with a Lights Aglow. So I was so happy that I'm gonna grab a different one. She helped me clear out, you guys. So if you're ever wondering about past classes, they're always listed at the end of my schedule, which is found on my website, cardsbychrisb.com. People wonder why it's Cards by Chris B. Well, Chris is what I go by, right? I go by Christine or Chrissy or Chris. And B is my first letter of my last name. And Cards by Christine was taken when I needed to get my website. So that's why it's cardsbychrisb.com. Hi, Barbara Godby. All right, so you've got that stelled, and now you've got the two solid pieces here. So what you can do, these would be great if you guys had sticker sheets. Like, let's say you want to make more of these and you have the dies. You could set it up to use the adhesive sheets, no problem. But I just like to use a little bit of liquid glue, and we're going to set that right onto this one. It should fit exactly, which is awesome. And then just give it a second to let that glue bond to the paper. Yeah, so if you guys, when you place an order using a host code, here's the one that's current right now, but the current one is always on my website. You can pick a future class that's offered free with a minimum purchase. Now, ink, paper, scissors isn't one of those options because it's a product-based class. A kitten, but so Penny Powell said that her Stella is missing, and so that just reminds me of Judy Immel and Deb Norman. The cats take whatever they want out of the craft room, so you got to be careful when you have a kitten what it takes. I know Deb Norman had her sponge dauber was missing. Judy Immel has stuff that's missing, and it ends up being found other places. So Carissa was with me yesterday, and I have, if you guys look at my chair here, I have this thing for my back, and then I have like a seat cushion because these chairs are not the greatest chairs. And so they give me back problems if I don't have a cushion, right? And so where they meet, there's a space. And Chris and I were working yesterday, and one of the kittens was behind me. It was behind me. And then all of a sudden I stopped feeling it move. So I said, Chris, oh, did you see it go anywhere? And she's like, no, I didn't. So I'm like, we didn't think much of it. And when then we cleaned up shop and we made a comment, we both made a comment. We're like, we should shut the door so the cats don't come up in here, right? So, because we thought Tigger was gone and we had Honey go down with us. And then it was like a half hour later and Tyler says to me, have you seen Tigger? And I'm like, well, he's around somewhere. I just saw him a half hour ago. And we looked and we looked and we looked. And I went upstairs in my craft room, where we like design, and I cut the paper. And I looked and I didn't see him, and he was nowhere to be found. And so then I finally like looked a little bit closer at my chair, and here he was wedged in between that space where the seat meets the bottom seat, like the back rest meets the bottom. He was stuck in that little area, and he was sleeping. He was just passed out. And here we thought we were locking him out of the craft room, and instead we were locking him in the craft room, and we had left everything all over the desk, all over everywhere. He would have had a heyday in there if I wouldn't have like gone looking for him, and I didn't go looking for him because I thought he was downstairs. But Tyler was looking for him. So it was funny. Mary Carl says, you have a dog that takes things from your craft table too, right? Deb said sponge daubers and still haven't found one, and found one that they were playing with. Yeah, animals love to steal the things and they play with it, right? So hi, Hildy. That is Silly. Yeah, Silly Tiger, right? All right, so you guys saw what I did. I took my cherry cobbler blend and I colored my berries with the holly, right? So that was ready to go. So we're getting ready that all we need to do is a little bit of stamping. And so I'll be honest, these stamps don't trip my trigger so much. It's like block print to me. So it's not very elegant, but it still works. One says Christmas wishes and the other says season's greetings. And kittens are so much fun. Yes, they are so fun to watch. They're very entertaining. So Christmas wishes fits in here perfectly fine. So we're going to use Christmas wishes and we're going to stamp that in cherry cobbler. So yeah, poor Tigger. He got left for 4 hours one night. You know, kittens and cats, they can last a long time. So I'm just glad we found him before he destroyed a bunch of stuff on my desk. All right, so I am going to grab the piercing mat, you guys, because they are photopolymer stamps. We need this little guy right here. You know, Penny, I think of you every time I have the glue dot tail hanging out. So we got to take care of business there. All right, so grab your little white label, and we're going to do Christmas wishes on this one. Oh, cats, they keep it very entertaining. So I am taking Honey to the vet tomorrow, though. She still has a respiratory issue. She's eating at least. Remember last week or 2 weeks ago, she hadn't eaten for 3 days and she got really dehydrated. Well, I got an appointment at the vet tomorrow. So hopefully they can give her a little something to help her because she's really wheezy with her nose and her lungs. So there's Christmas wishes, and you guys on the inside, from our home to yours, and then we've got some leaves. So let's grab from our home to yours, and that's not the one, but this is the one. And then I'm going to grab the leaf out right away, and we're going to put the leaf in the bottom corner. Let's grab one more block here and put that on the inside. So we're going to do the sentiment first in case I don't like it. Then I can always flip it over because I don't generally mess up the focal image on the inside. So from our home to yours, it's over to the right. So I'm going to redo it centered more. Okay, perfect. And then we've got Evening Evergreen. You could do also Old Olive if you wanted, but I think oh, and it's not even Evening Evergreen. Huh? Mossy Meadow. So in the instructions on the tutorial, you guys, I always say use coordinating colors. So whatever colors float your boat, that works. So we're going to do Mossy Meadow, and I feel like that needs some re-inking. Wow. That is not very good. All right, you guys. Hi, Marie Stewart. Yes, this is a great fun fold, you guys. We need to re-ink this ink pad. It is not very sharp for us. So let's grab our Mossy Meadow. So one reason you really want to have ink pads is in case you need to re-ink your ink pads. So you really need to have the refill. So Mossy Meadow. I always double check to make sure I got the right re-inker. And I'm just going to put the re-inker all over. Now that's not going to be so good. So what we have to do is grab a spoon, and then we use a spoon to kind of blend that all out so that you don't have streaky lines. I felt there's a hair. There's a fuzzy. Let's get that off of there. Yeah. Oh, so Jody just said her puppy loves paper. Well, I will tell you that my little boy, this little tigger, well, Tyler's and my little boy, he loves scraps of paper. And they're like, when you have like that 1/2 inch left at the end, he will sit there and chew on it and chew on it, and then he'll be done with it and let it sit there. But yeah, scraps of paper. Let's see if this makes a difference. Look at that, you guys. The Mossy Meadow needed some love. All right, so I'm gonna do one. How does the inside look here? I'm trying to remember what was done. Okay, like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So we're gonna do one over this way. Thanks, Donna. Nice to see you out here. She loves the Boughs of Holly and how it stepped up. Awesome. So we're gonna do this one like that. So you don't have a lot of space to write a love note, but you've got a little bit. So, and we got to re-ink an ink pad. You guys, there's a Tip Tuesday on re-inking ink pads out there. If you want to watch it, just search Cards by Christine re-inking ink pads. All right, so now we can keep her moving. This Pear Pizzazz does need to get cut in half this way, not this. Oh, you could do it this way if you wanted, but we did it this way. And then what you're gonna do is put a little bit, oops, that's not even on there, a little bit of liquid glue. And then while you got the glue open, let's put some on the back there. And so this is what happens if you have a tag that is the same size and you wanna make it look like you've got a little border. So put a little bit of green on that side, and I just hold it so it's flush so that it doesn't get crooked. And then we're gonna take this one and flip it this way. And now we've added a little bit of that Pear Pizzazz along the edges. And then this is gonna call for some dimensionals. I'm gonna put one on each side, not in the middle because that textural element is gonna go there. And then this needs to get glued in here. See, I'll show you the difference. That little bit of cherry, and then here it is without. It just adds a little bit of color to the inside. All right, so then we've got these leaves, and we're gonna put a little bit of liquid glue on the bottoms of each of those. And the bigger leaf is going off to the right, like that. And then this other one is going off to the left, kind of crossing in the middle. You can always move them if you need to, if you want to have them rearranged. The textural element gets put on with a glue dot. So I'm going to put one in the middle there, and I'm going to grab one more at the bottom, and we're going to stick that. So pretty much this label is going to go right here. So I'm going to kind of hold this so I can see where to put it. And then, see, that's going to go right there. So we're going to take these backs off and kind of set that right about there. Kind of center it left to right. If you want to refinagle where your little texture element is, you can. But I wanted to make sure that my glue dot is hitting this bottom paper and the label, so then it's actually securely on, nice and secure on here. So take your pick tool. You have 3 diamonds, and I have 2 up here, and then 1 off on the right hand side, right over there. Press them down, and we've already got our Stella on, so she got her groove going tonight. And I think that might be it for this one, you guys. It just was a lot of steps. I I think a cat stole Stella. Yeah, it's a Karen. The cats will take things and they will hide them, I think. So it's slightly different, but in a nutshell, they both look very nice, right? So the old olive looks a little brighter, where if you have mossy meadow, it's a little darker. So if you're making more of these, just know you could use either old olive or you could use mossy meadow kind of interchangeably. So, and that's our inside. All right, you guys, we got one officially done. Woohoo! All right, so let's set this one over here. And I don't know if that was the hardest one or if that was the most tedious one, but we got one done. Yay. And it's not that crazy of a fun fold, but it is definitely a fun fold. So I'm saving these gems here, you guys, for a different card. I'm going to try not to lose them. Okay, let's do this one next. And that one is this one right here. No, it's not. This one is this kit right here. So let's grab that one next. And let's get this out of the plastic so it's easier to see. I like this one a lot. A lot. Oh, you guys like this one. Oh, Judy says she likes the old olive. Good. Good. All right, so in this one, you guys, you'll have this red glimmer paper. Now that's part of the candy cane set. And that red glimmer is going to go with the cherry cobbler berries. So they're already die cut for you. They fit right on top of each other. You have, this is the green glimmer paper from Lights Aglow. So you have one of those holly leaves in that green glimmer. You have the label here, and you might have to do a little poking out on that. And then you have a vanilla label here and a little sacrificial lamb. We'll talk about that in a second. You have a solid evening evergreen leaf. You guys should have 3 red rhinestones in your kit. And then you've already cut your designer paper. And my paper came like this. I'll be honest with you. It came with this big splotch on it. Don't know what it is. It was in the paper pack like that, but I set it aside to give it to me because I wanted you guys to see that even if you get a splotch on your paper, you can use it with matting. So I looked, it was not that close to the edge. And so that splotch will never be seen anyways. So if you ever get something like that in your pack of paper, just know that you can usually work around it. So you have 2 reds, they're cherry cobbler, they're the same size. One's for the outside mat, one's for the inside mat. You'll have a piece of vanilla for your inside mat. And then you have your evening evergreen is your traditional 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right. Oh, Laura said that's her favorite label. It is awesome. Okay, you guys, very little stamping on this one as well. So, peace and joy is what was used on this one. And that's because part of the label gets covered up. If you did want to use Christmas wishes, you could. You would just have to move everything over a little bit. So I think I am going to pull out the peace and joy and use that just because it'll fit better on the card. So, but there's a lot of assembly that can happen on this one. So I am all about doing a little bit of assembly to get this stuff kind of cleared up. So I'm going to flip over my designer papers. So in this case, you guys, if these are pretty similar, pick which one you like. And you could play with it to see, well, that one would look like this and that would look like that. And I like seeing a little bit of this evening evergreen peeking out there, and I like these berries. So I'm going to leave this one on the bottom, and then this will be on the top. So I'm going to flip these this way and put some adhesive on these. So yours should meet right in the middle, where I think I cut mine at 2 inches maybe. So mine are going to slightly overlap in the middle. The ones I cut earlier for Angela were at the 1 7/8, but I'm pretty sure that I cut these and they're going to overlap slightly, which is okay. This is our sacrificial lamb, you guys. So this is going to go right in the middle here. If you didn't have that and you used this ribbon, you can kind of see through it. It doesn't look as crisp and sharp as if you have that vanilla under it. So that's what that sacrificial lamb is all about, right? Its only purpose is to make the ribbon look better. So what we're going to do is put that right in the middle of this. And kind of center it the best you can. And then when you cut your ribbon, you need just enough so that the tails can get tucked behind. And you're going to need your tear-in tape to make your ribbon sandwich. We need 2 waiting in the wings. So let's flip this over and put these right in the center. All right, so then this, it'll make it pop that much more. And then your tear-in tape, help make it a little sandwich so that your ribbon will never come out. All right. So that's what we've got going on. And now a little bit of liquid glue to do the rest of the adhering of this mat. Now, if you want the green on the top, it's important that you put it on the top. You can always put it on the bottom too if you want. So I'm going to put my green at the top though. Like that. And that's it for ribbon. We have an inside. What did we put on the inside here? So it says, to friends near and far. But let's see. There is also on the inside, yep, the holly. So let's grab the holly. And now this is evening evergreen. So I'm going to clean the stamp in the middle here because I want to get that mossy meadow off of here. All right, so that's clean. And also let's clean, we'll leave that one. So we need evening evergreen. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did on that other holly. We're going to do this one going, so it's a horizontal card. So remember that, you guys. We're going to have this one coming that way. And that going that way. So we've got the holly coming out the side like that. And we're going to do cobbler for the sentiments. So because it says peace and joy, I'm going to do from our home to yours, which is what I have out. So that's all ready to go. So we're going to do cherry cobbler. And instead of centering it, I'm going to put it to the left a little bit because this is all over here. Kind of helps weigh it differently. So from our home to yours. And then this one is going to be the peace and joy. And this is like a hodgepodge, right? Because there's 3 of them. So we got joy, peace, and we're going to go get another stamp block for this. Hang on, block. So now, I don't know if you really can set up the block to have all of these on at the same time. So I'm just going to do them all separately. So we've got peace, and it's not centered. It's a little bit to the right of the center. And so peace is going to go over here. It's straight enough, right? And I should have maybe gone up a little higher. We're going to see when this happens. So you guys might practice this before you go onto yours, but I'm going to go for it. And then we've got and the and is going to go right here. Okay. And then joy. So you guys be careful with your stamps when you're stamping. So this joy is a little bit skinnier. So let's get a little bit more ink, and that's going to go right there. I think that's okay. So peace and joy, because my berries are going to kind of cover up some of this over here. So I knew that going into that. I got to do my holiday grocery shopping so I can start prepping for Thanksgiving. Yes, you guys, who's making that turkey dinner? I'm very fortunate because I'm going by my mom's, and she's making turkey dinner for all the family. All right, so we can make sure we put these away, you guys, because we don't want to lose them because they're so little. All right, so that's good. I think we've got all the stamping done. We can finish off assembly. So this label and this leaf, we definitely need to get some Stella. in the house here. So let's get Stella on this one. And then your label here. You guys definitely Stella this whole entire thing. So who is making turkey dinner? Who does ham? Who does chicken? Who does not meat? Like, I guess there's so many different, like, who does stuffing? We have a Friendsgiving that we're going to next weekend, and we're always in charge of the green bean casserole. So we don't just make traditional green bean casserole. We doctor it up, and we saute mushrooms and onions, and we put the French fried onions on it, and we go crazy. So there's our Stella in action. And now I think we're ready to finish this card with a little bit like more assembly. So we're gonna flip this one over, flip this one over. Let's get these two pieces taken care of. So this is our label, and then our inside. You can see I'm gonna be covering up that splotchy thing right there when I put this on. And then this one can go right kind of in the middle. So it's kind of weird, this outline thing, because it's just hanging there, right? So you gotta be careful with that you don't pull that or like rip that off. And then this can get glued on the inside. Oh, Donna has lamb, very nice. Very nice. And you're doing turkey, is wanting turkey. Your very pregnant daughter is wanting turkey. Well, you know what? Then I guess she gets what she wants, right? Because that's what she is craving. All right, so that gets glued on the inside. So I love the red and the green combination here. This one, we can, oh, there's Tyler. If you guys need to do a little poking, you can see it from the back easier. So let's just poke this way to get those little pieces out of there. If you do it from the front, it's really hard to see it because everything looks so glittery. All right, so there's that. Again, this is another great one if you'd have the sticker sheets that you could run them through your die cutting machine and make stickers out of them right away. But we're gonna just put a little liquid glue. Yeah, make sure you line this up the right way. So, and that glimmer paper is from the candy cane set. All right, so there's that. Now, we got some stuff left. How would I do this? This whole thing is popped up. And so I'm gonna take care of putting the pop dots where I want them, but I'm not going to take off these. So if we look at this, the wood element's gonna kind of go, I'm gonna take that one off actually. Because you don't want to put pop dots where the textural elements are gonna be, because it'll just make it even thicker. So I think what I'm gonna do is prep this with a piece of tear-in tape, and we'll see what happens when the time comes. So I'm only taking off the dimensionals on the right and then setting this on here. Oh, wouldn't it have been so cool if that ribbon would have been going up and over that? I just saw that right now. Okay, so this is gonna go on here. Something like that. Okay, now we gotta sneak these things in. All right, so this one can get a little bit of liquid glue. And now because there isn't adhered here, this will just kind of lift up. And that's gonna go like that. You need 2 textural elements. So grab 2 out of your kit here. Oh, that one's a broken one, I just realized that. Well, you know what, we might as well use it. So I noticed this, I got one that was broken, and I'm okay with it because I can fix it by putting glue where it needs to get glued. So if you do get textural elements in your kit that are broken, you can kind of piecemeal it back together. If you want to color your stem on this as well, you could use Evening Evergreen Blend. I like the look of having the wood come through because it kind of brings out the vanilla in here. Oh, thanks, Feline. Happy holidays to you as well. You guys, we're getting into that time of the season where holidays are upon us now. All right, so there's that one. And then we're gonna color this one. I'm using the thin end of my cherry cobbler marker just because it won't wreck the bristle or the tip as much. All right, and then there's that. So that's ready to go. Turkey in the works for Barbara Godby. Just you and your niece. Oh, hi, Yvette. Turkey, ham dressing, and cabbage. Ooh, who does the cranberries? I'm curious. I'm not a big fan of cranberries, but Tyler likes the cranberries. My dad loves cranberries. So we're going to put a couple mini glue dots on the back of this. So it's ready to go. I'm going to use the broken one up here because it gets hidden more. The Stella really shows up on the big screen. Yeah, you guys, look at this card. This one's got a lot of Stella. You can definitely see Stella in action on this one. This one is there too, but not as much. All right, so then this, I'm going to put a couple glue dots on the back of this. And then this is going to get tucked in here. Something like that. And then this one, we're going to put, let's see, it needs to get poked a little bit. I'm thinking here what we want to do. I'm going to use liquid glue on this one. And I'll put that right down on that top. Oh, Karen loves the cranberry and the orange relish. All right, so then this one is going to get tucked in up over here. Like that. And now we've got this prepped with glue dots. This is going to, so I wanted to put that label down just so I'd have a good idea of where I'm going to be putting things, right? I'll worry about securing it in a second. So this last broken one, you guys, this will go, and it's going to get tucked right underneath here. Right? So it makes it look like it's attached. No one will ever know that that's broken, right? Hang on. That wasn't sticking because of the ribbon, but we're going to make it go. So then that is back and connected. And we're going to put one way down here. Okay. So that this goes, see, it's coming together. We have the berries here. So I'm not popping up. You guys, by the time you use these textural elements, they add a lot of thickness to it. And we've got this to the point where we can take off. I think that one doesn't need to go there, but we're going to put the tear-in tape down right there. I'm going to put that dimensional right there. So you got to be careful with this thing. If you end up bending that back, you're going to want it to bend back the other way so it doesn't stick up. Berries, we're going to use a little bit of liquid glue. We're going to put them on. Got the 3 that are down. See, and that kind of covers up that white label. Just like that. That's why we stamped more to the right on that one. Oh, this one's so pretty. You need a little bit extra stability right there, right? Because there's no glue or adhesive. So what I'm going to do is take my pick tool, grab a glue dot, the next one here, and I'm going to stick it right underneath there, and that should help secure that a lot better. Like, there's really nothing you can do. Going to visit your son and daughter-in-law in Milwaukee, yep, and then you're coming up for the used stamp sale right after it. This thing right here, it's going to be a little bit flimsy. That's just how it's going to be. If you really wanted that to go flat, what you could do is put a little bit of adhesive, because it is a little bit floppy. So you could take and put a little bit of liquid glue. So I've seen people use their toothpicks too. What you could do is just put a little bit of liquid glue on the edges of this here, and then just glue it flat. And then you're not going to have that kind of flippy floppy going on. And then just wipe that off. All right, red rhinestones. So you should have 3 of them left in your kit. That should be like the last thing left. They just added. You guys, we needed to have some sparkly on here. The textural elements were great, and they were a great little embellishment to include, but honestly, having this red bling on here really sets the card off. That's what we got for you. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. All right, we got 2 done now. That's our inside. All right, whew, you guys. It's like a Holly Berry marathon. But in card making, not like the actress. All right, so we have another one coming for you. This one looks like this. All right, so your pocket card. All right. Now this one, I'm gonna have a slight variation because I ran out of this designer paper. You guys, I used this for a monthly class back in September and I don't have any pieces of it left. So I improvised, and that's what's so nice. This paper is so interchangeable. We can use different patterns if we want. So just so you know that my card here is gonna look slightly different than this card right here. So we've already cut the designer paper and added it to the kit. So we have a red mat with this designer. I'm gonna use this one again here instead, which it'll be okay. So I've got that, and you guys will have this label again. This awesome label gets used a second time. So there is a solid, soft, succulent mat that goes behind here, okay? And then you have a soft, succulent mat that goes behind this one. You'll have a little label, and then your pocket card. This is actually a little bit smaller because of this being a pocket. So let's talk about this pocket. So this will flip up like this, and then the other one should meet right at the seam there. And what's gonna happen is this gets glued down and this stays flappy like this. So what do we need to do? Tear and tape would be the trick. If you have your 1/8 inch tear and tape, that works too. But I will use my Stampin' Up! 1/8 inch, or 1/4 inch, and I'll just take a scissors and cut it right down the middle. Liquid glue works too. The only thing with liquid glue is you gotta be careful that you don't put too much because you don't want it to ooze out. So what I'll do is line that up right there, and then line this one up there. 1/8 inch is perfect. And then when this gets folded up, that's where this pocket will go. Hi, Susan Hendricks. Better late than never. So just know that if you use 1/4 inch on each side, it might get a little bit too tight, and you might have to trim these two mats down a hair, which isn't the worst thing in the world. So let's do a little gluing because we can glue our outside panels. So these two can get flipped. Now these do not go good together. Not good in the least. But I was just looking at this. I like this one. Could go here. I think that my mats are actually wrong. Well, maybe they're not. Okay. They looked different, but they're not. I wonder how this would look instead. Let's see if we can play with this. So that is option 1, which is fine. And then there's option 2. And I actually think that these greens go better together. Again, I don't have any of this birch tree left in my stash at all. I wasn't gonna open up another pack just to get a little mat like that. Not gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go with the green, okay? So this card goes out to to somebody anyways, and that's the awesome thing about paper, you guys, is you can mix and match it. It's so pretty and it's complementary. I love this green pattern too. So, all right, so that can flip it over and flip this over. And then this is going to go onto these top flaps, the top flap and the bottom flap. So this one will go here. And then this one can go at the bottom. Oh, Barbara Gabi says she likes the green better too. So you want to make sure your trees are kind of the right way. So I'm glad I made the right decision then. And putting the green paper, it goes a little bit better. Okay, season's greetings. Let's go for that one on here. Now this one doesn't have berries on the side, so you don't have to worry about, you want it centered. Oh, Randy likes the green too. See, there you go. All right, that worked out for my benefit. That that backside actually looks good. So we're gonna do Christmas wishes on this one. What's nice about the photopolymers, you can see through it. On the inside of this, we've got 2 friends near and far, but I like the other saying, so I'm gonna keep going with that one. From our home to yours, and remember, it's always good to do your sentiment first, if you think of it. Don't always think of it, right? So that goes there. And then we've got our leaves. Judy likes the green better, and so does Marcia. Good. Okay. We're done with the red, and we need this one back. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this. I'm gonna have that one coming out that way. We'll have that one coming out that way. Perfect. Let's shut this up. And we're going to glue this white mat goes. I mean, you could have just had a white mat on the inside, but we like our double matting, so that's why there's a cherry cobbler to go with. And again, if you need to trim anything, you can. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm noticing that this, and this are all equal, and then I've got a little bit extra over here. So you could very well cut a little bit of the red off, the cherry cobbler, and then it will actually fit better in here too. So you've got a little bit more room for that to sit in there. This is great for a gift card, you guys. So if you want to slip a little gift card in here or a check or cash, this is a perfect card for that. We do need to do some Stella-ing. So grab that Stella pen, and we're going to Stella our leaves on the side. And I do like to go around the whole thing. So some of my Stella pens here are getting low on their juice. So I think I need to do a little replenishment, some Stella CPR to get to get her rejuvenated. All right, so you just add a little bit of rubbing alcohol into the barrel or to the chamber, and that helps. So I'm not doing the middle section because that gets covered up. And let's see if I can grab this one and get a little bit more out of this one. And then we're gonna do this leaf as well. Okay, so same concept with this one, you guys, where you have to glue this label down, and then the detail needs to go onto the solid. So let's get this little bit of glue on the back. Again, you don't have to have the whole thing covered. I'm just doing a little bit of squeezing on this glue bottle so that it doesn't come out full bore. So grab that and then line this up. Should match up perfectly. They did a good job with these dies that they're identical. Okay, so that goes there. And Christmas wishes, or if you chose season's greetings, goes on here. Make sure it's straight. And then you've got this piece right here. This goes on the back side of this right here. So awesome, they made the solid die to fit back here. So what you gotta do is just put a little glue back here in certain little strategic spots. And we're going to add this. It fits perfectly too, guys. That just fits right there. So you get that two-tone, very like the leaf going on here. So we got soft succulent with evening evergreen. You guys, these are two in colors that will be retiring, I believe, on April 30th. So just know that as we get to the end of the year and it gets to be January, there's only like 4 months left of those colors, and reinkers will go, color cardstock will go. And so if you want to start stocking up on the colors that you want, you might consider doing that already. So we need a little tear-in tape. So we're going to create this ensemble back here. If you look at this, it's like I've got a loop, a tail, and a tail. Okay, so how do we do that? So we're going to put some tear-in tape on the back of our leaf. And I want to have one more weighting here. And so there's a little tail coming out over here. And I'm going to have it longer so that I can trim it. So we have a tail. Let's grab the ribbon scissors, cut it off a little, and then we've got another one coming out right here. Again, it's longer than what it needs to be because I can trim it then. And then over on the side here, we've got a loop and a tail. I'm gonna cut it longer than what it needs to so that I can trim it once it gets on the card. So we're going to cover that up. and that. And I'm gonna pick these off so that that secures onto the paper. And then we're gonna put a dimensional right at the top there. Okay, so let's just see if that'll look just fine. Perfect. And then we're gonna put a little bit of liquid glue down there. We're just gonna let this sit for just a second while we look at this. We wanna make sure that we don't put any dimensionals on this part that's hanging over, okay? So what I would suggest, like the black dimensionals will look good too because you won't see them so much. We're only gonna put like 3 like that. And I don't know, we'll worry about dimensionals behind that later. So we're gonna do, and it's about 1 of my finger widths away from that side. And I've got like this corner lined up with the edge over here. So something like that. Don't press very hard in case you want to redo it. Now we can grab this one. And that's ready to go. And we can kind of tuck that in here. Say something like that looks just fine. And we're going to let it sit for a second without pushing. We're going to come back here and grab a textural element. And we're going to color that with our cherry cobbler marker. And then that will we'll sneak it right in there. I see red on the countertop. I must have got some marker on there. So I noticed that if you get color on your countertops, usually you can use an alcohol wipe or something like that to get it off. So, all right, so we colored that. I'm gonna use glue dots on this, and we're gonna just sneak that in there just where we think it needs to go. And we can always rearrange our wares as we need to. So I'll put a couple glue dots on that. And let's just pick this up. Let's see once where that goes. I think that looks awesome. All right, so Penny, I always think of you when that tail is hanging over there. So that's good. Now if you get it where you like it, then that's where you can push things down. I know that this is going to need a dimensional right there. And this is probably going to need a dimensional right over on the side here. Just make sure it's not too low. This right here, because it's so floppy, that's where if you have your liquid glue, you could just bend that back. We're just going to use that and just help hold that down. It's just, otherwise it's way floppy. And it's kind of cool that that ends up being flat and then the label part gets popped up. All right, then it's time to trim our tails. Grab the ribbon scissors, and I'm gonna have this one trimmed. So I'm doing it the opposite. That one is a little bit different, but this ribbon came on here going the other way. So I'm going to just trim that like that. And then this one's gonna go like that. And I'll just bring this back so I can get in here. If you have a really sharp ribbon scissors, it will work really nice. I'm going to do this one a hair shorter. All right. Now, you could also, if you wanted, this is the kind of ribbon that you can kind of pull that out and it frays ever so little bit. If you don't like that look, don't do it. But if you like that look, kind of gives it that frayed look. And should have 3 red rhinestones in your kit. And I got 1, 2, and 3. I can never see where those clear things are after they're gone. All right. Very similar, but very different, right? Not very different. Just a difference on that background designer paper. I'm curious what you guys like better. Do you like the birch one or do you like that one? And this one was completely unintentional. It was just, I didn't have any of the birch paper back or left. Now you notice my berries look a little bit different. These are darker, those are lighter. So if you want darker berries, what you can do is go for a round 2, and you can always add a little bit more color to your berries to make them ever so slightly darker, okay? Whew. All right, you guys. That is our third card for the night. Oh, you guys like the green better. Very cool. And you can always finagle this stuff a little bit if you need to. And always go back and just double check, make sure things are on there nice and secure. All right, beautiful cards. Thanks, Carol Alanis. All right, you guys, we have one left. Had to come up for some water. All right, let's put this one over here. I think the last one is probably our easiest card for tonight, if I have to say. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. So, put you over there and grab the last kit. This one we get to get glue happy on as well. So, you should have 3 little red rhinestones in your kit as well. I promise they're in there. Well, I don't promise. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure they're in there, but you never know. All right, so don't lose them. You've already cut your paper, and again, you guys, this is the back side of that birch one, and I don't have more of that. So I opted for this one, and we're gonna see what it looks like. This one is embossed with the fern embossing folder. You have, some of you will have your your leaf die cut out of your mat, okay? So just know it does get covered up, so you're not gonna see it. You have 2 of these little spriggy bow things, and you have a white inside with our cherry cobbler mat, and then you've got the double tag thing or double label going on. This time we're gonna cut it in half the long way and split it up and down. So those guys there, and then you've got your card base, so make sure to go ahead and burnish it. Oh, Anik is back. Hopefully I can help put you to sleep, right? In a nice way, right? So hopefully I'm not that boring though that I put you to sleep. All right, so I'm gonna be a little bit more careful gluing. Oh, you guys. Oh, I might do this instead. Huh. I think I'm going to completely change this up. So, green to the rescue again, you guys. So, I was going to do these 2 together, which would look fine. But all of a sudden, I see this one, and I see this one. This is where it's fun to play with the different patterns, you guys. And then this could be on the front of the card, which would be really pretty too. I love that, like that stripy look. Wow, okay. So option 1 at the eye doctor is this. Option 2 at the eye doctor is this, which would go, I'd do it like that. I'm gonna bet you guys are gonna go with option 1, which would be that, because that's what I would go with. I don't know. So, but be careful if you do have this green mat where it's die cut out with your leaf. You want to probably glue it like that versus putting it on the back, because then when you go to put this on here, you're not going to have glue in the middle there. So look at me completely changing up the card again. So then this is going to go here. Option 1. I think that is this one, you guys. So yay to that. Now this can get glued down to the front. So you guys, what we're doing right now reminded me something. All I'm doing is gluing that white mat down. So I was at On Stage last weekend, and they did an interactive stamping where they gave people, do you like this color combination or this color combination? And then, do you like this or do you like that? And then it was, do you like this or like that? And the audience had to scream, right? Which one they liked better, and whichever was louder is what they went with. But it made me wonder if you guys would like to do interactive stamping, where I do a poll where you guys vote, do you want to use this or do you want to use this? And then basically based off of what you guys decide or what you vote on, of the majority, I would do that. So I'm thinking about doing something like that next year, not like not in the next 2 months, but like it would be on my radar for next year. It would be kind of fun, like mystery stamping, where you guys don't necessarily know what you're making, and for this one we would I would be making on the fly. So just a thought, was gonna put that out there. So I just glued that on here. And then what's gonna happen is this one gets glued flat. So we're gonna put some liquid glue on that one. And this is hard for me, guys. This is a crooked card. It's like not straight. I'm like an up, down, left, right kind of person. And so when Chris and I were working on this, she liked this and she said that you guys will like this too. And I like it, but I have a hard time doing it. So it's just like one of those things. I want things to be more straight, but when you get this card all put together, it looks super cool having it not up, down, left, right, top, bottom type thing. So work with me. So you might be like me where it looks weird having it crooked, but it's not crooked because it's intentionally supposed to be off-centered like this. So this one's gonna go the other way, like this. I'm good with that. Oops, he wants to go like that. All right, now this one is gonna get cut down the middle. You can get your trimmer, but you really don't need to. So we got that ready to go. We need to do our stamping though. So you guys, it's a vertical card now, so don't forget to put your paper vertical like this. And we need to do Season's Greetings here. We are really giving our holly berries a workout. I'm like thinking that's what got put, yep, on the other side there though. So I can't do crooked. Ann Bellinger, I know, right? It's really hard. So what you might do is put one going this way and then you could split them and have some, more like a cross look like that. That would be perfectly fine too. You guys, it is hard to do crooked if you don't do crooked things. I have bad eyesight, so doing straight is a bit of a struggle, right, Carissa? Exactly. So I find that sometimes in class, people will intentionally put things crooked so that it's intentional, right? So that you don't have to have it straight. I like the off center for something different. Yeah, it looks different. It's a different type of a look and it's beautiful. All right, so there's our Christmas wishes. And then we are done. Nope, we need the inside to say, da, 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 from our home to yours. So that's gonna go, I feel like that F is not straight. I wanna get it better. Okay, that will go right there. Yay. And now I think we're done and retiring Cherry Cobbler. 2 is much brighter. Yes, I definitely agree that 2 is much, well, wherever 2 was much brighter. Yeah. We'll get some ribbon on here though, and it's gonna look good. So just goes to show you guys, you have lots of different options. All right, so we're gonna do our leaf going that way. Oh man, you guys, I got ink on it right there. It's okay though. We're gonna make this leaf come out right to there and you won't see the ink smear. It got covered up. Perfecto changeo. So our colors for tonight that we used were basically Mossy Meadow, Evening Evergreen, and the Cherry Cobbler. And I think that we're done with the piercing mat, so we can put that away. That's done. I think it's not done because we need to Stella. So let's flip this over and we can get these ready for gluing. Oh, Darrell had a dentist appointment tonight. Speaking of dentists, I think I have my dentist coming up next month. I got to remember when that is so I don't forget about it. All right, so then this will go on to our Cherry Cobbler mat. Like so. This one is going to go right, I'm trying to pick that up with it, and then I can kind of finagle. The bottom is going to have a little green showing, and then the top is going to as well, and because I'm using that liquid glue, I can kind of move it around until I get it just right. That needs to come up. That looks good. Now our inside can get glued in. Guys, I'm getting to the end of that glue bottle. All right, so that goes in here. Definitely got you guys a lot of the cherry cobbler mat going on for our double matting. So we need to do a little bit of Stella Ing. So these are the two little bowy things, like spriggy things. Thanks, Doris Monson. I'm glad that you think the cards are beautiful. These were fun. It's always sad to get done with a class because the cards are no longer on display then in the hive. It's so fun watching and looking at them throughout the month. And then all of a sudden class happens and they go away. All right, so I've got one of my texture elements. I got one left in here. Very good. So last for coloring with our cherry cobbler blend. You know, if you don't have a cherry cobbler blend and you have a Sharpie, that would work too. If you have those enamel effects in the Real Red, that could work too. It might be a little bit different of a red color, but whatever you need to do to make these red, it'll make them pop. So, oop, I don't want to throw them away. I almost threw them away. So, tear and tape on the back. Let's keep a couple waiting here in the wings. So we're going to do tear and tape here. Pick up the textural element. That's going to kind of go right about there. It's a little bit to the right of the center. Now, the ribbon. So let's put a little more tear and tape here. And we're just going to weave this ribbon back and forth. So you guys, well, while I'm using ribbon, I don't generally cut off the amount I need. I just cut it after I've got it where it needs to go. So I'm going to put a little bit longer than what it needs to so that I can trim it. So this is going to go down, loop it back, bring it back up a little shorter, and then it's going to make a loop and come right back down. I'm going to cut it longer by a hair so that I can trim it. And I'm just going to see if that looks good before I do it. Because I might think, oh, it's too long. And I'm noticing that I really wish I would have made that loop a little shorter. This loop looks fine. That's going to get trimmed. So now I can take this off, bring it down a little bit more, and then I think I'm happier with it there. So then I'm going to put that over the top, pick that off, grab a couple of the dimensionals, pick the backs off. I'm not worried about the greenery right now because that can slip in anywhere. So this is where I needed to be straight, you guys. So even though this was going this way and that was going this way, I really had to have my Christmas wishes straight. I worked at that. So I'm looking at the bottom, I'm looking at the top, and I'm trying to center it so that it's straight. And it is hard because it almost doesn't look straight because of it being crooked, but it's all good. It's your card. Do it. You gotta figure out how you're gonna do it. So now I'm going to trim that tail, and I'll trim this tail up here at an angle. And then for these spriggy things, glue dots on the one end, and then kind of lift this up and it'll sneak right in there. And then glue dot on the bottom of this one, and it'll sneak right in here. Good. So the difference that I'm noticing on this, you guys are going to use this paper. I'm imagining that's what you cut. Had I cut that, the red would show off a little bit better on here. And so because I have red rhinestones, I'm still going to put my two down on the bottom because you'll see them better. I think what I'm going to do is put the other one right on my label here, because if you put it on red, you're not going to see it. So by putting it on the white label, it'll show off better. the red rhinestones on the red designer paper they kind of get lost. All right. I think we got our tear and tape done. We're done with our pick tool. And put that away. Done with glue dots. I'm going to bring all the cards in and show them to you. You guys should have a lot of ribbon left. You used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 textural elements, so you should have 15 left to make some more cards, some more pretty cards. I'm going to get these cleared out of the way. We're going to bring all the cards in, and you can tell me which one you liked the best. So these two are, I'll be honest, these two are very similar, but they're different because this one, it becomes a pocket card, and using different colors, because you can put more leaves and stuff down here, there's a lot more filled in. And then we've got this awesome fun fold right here. I don't know. If I had to pick one, I do like this one, and I love the fold on this one. I like the fold on this one. This one's hard for me because of the angles. Can't deny it. It's hard. I love the color combinations, and I love the ribbon and the sprig things coming out on that one. So there's things that I love about all of these cards, and I hope that you like them as well. And love the offset of the 2 layers. Vera likes it. Good. Latokia likes the fun fold. So Latokia, I think you mean this fun fold because they're both fun folds, but I think that's a more fun fold. All right. You guys, my chamois getting dry out. Can you tell? It's like it won't bend, so I got to rehydrate that. We got to color our textural elements, which is awesome. We got to use so the things that we didn't use, like you could have very easily used both sets of these leaves, and you could have mixed up the sentiments a little bit more. What didn't get used are the berries, but you could have easily stamped those on the inside. Barbara Gabi wants to get the PDF. So the PDF is in my online store. If you pay for it in my online store, just know it charges $11 because there's a convenience fee of using your credit card. If anybody wants to save $1, you could always send me the money via a check, PayPal, friends and family. You could send it via Zelle, Cash App, however. So just know that if you buy the PDF online, it's $11. And if you pay for it with a cash option so that you save your money, right, by using cash or an equivalent, you save $1. So just know that that's always an option for anybody if you want it. Betty likes them all. I like this one better. Love the fun fold, but love the offset. Love them all. Oh, you guys are liking them. Great, great, great. So Angela, I have this ready for you. In a moment, I will put your pieces in. Just know that that'll be ready for you to pick up. Thank you for letting me use it. I always have to have somebody that lets me cut theirs up, and the benefit is they get their designer paper cut, and it should be done right? And don't risk it being wrong. All right, we need to do the door prize. So let me grab the list of people, you guys, and we're gonna do a drum roll. We're gonna pick 2 people. Whew, you guys. Biggest ink, paper, scissors to date. All right, let's flip this down and find random number generator. And we'll pull up and we'll put in 68. And we'll flip this down. So I got 68 in here. I'm gonna click the word generate. It says 48. Shirley, it's your birthday! You won on your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. Yay. Shirley, I'm so happy. Yay, look at that. Okay, so Shirley won a door prize. I don't know if you're still watching Shirley, but yay, she was looking forward to class tonight. And you won, yay. So I'm gonna go out and I will come back in and we're gonna reset it. I'm gonna put 68 and generate. Number 14, Jeannie Parker from Michigan. You are a lucky duck winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, I should say. So Jeannie and Shirley are the lucky winners for the door prizes. Your door prizes will be in with your next card kits, which I think, Shirley, you get game night tomorrow. Jeannie, I don't think you're signed up for game night, but you have some December classes coming. So I will make sure to get you a door prize with your next couple classes. I have these cards right here to share with you guys. If you missed Let's Just Stamp last week on the 14th, just know that you can always go back and watch the class live, or actually the replay, and it's out there in YouTube. I do have, from people who commented, I was able to do the drawing, and I'll want to announce who the winners are. Oh, I always lose that little guy. He needs some extra. You guys, I'm waiting to make a card with you for that one. That's why I keep them there. All right, so drum roll. Winner, winner, chicken dinner of our little mini card on a card, right? Oh, Katie Schmidt. Katie, your name was drawn for this adorable little card on a card. All right, drum roll. Da, da, da. This little fun fold opens like this and a little bit like that. Judy Bobo. Yay, Judy. You get this card. And last but certainly not least, drum roll. Brenda Loveless from Texas. Yay. So you guys, I have all of your addresses, so I know where to send these lovely cards off to these lovely ladies. So that's awesome. Yay. We did the door prize. Tomorrow's a big day, you guys. We're kitting up game night and I think Blue Christmas, if we can pull it off. No promises. I still have to cut all the paper. All my helpers have returned all the embossing and die cutting. So now it's on me to cut bases and mats and anything else, all the designer paper that needs to get cut. And so I'm going to work my little tail off tonight and tomorrow morning bright and early. I think my mom is going to be in around 10 or 10:30, and then Diane's coming in to help. So we're pulling in all the troops to see if we can get both those classes kitted. But first and foremost is game night, because that class, you guys, is December 1st and Lucky Hand is on Wednesday. So I need to make sure I get those in the mail. The goal is tomorrow, but if worst case scenario, they'll be in the mail on Wednesday, and there's no mail on Thursday. So they're in the mail a day earlier so that hopefully you guys get them in plenty of time. If you're looking for the supplies that are used for that class, if you go to the event on my calendar for December 1st, you can see all the ink colors and all the different products that are used in case you want to get the stamps or the ink pads. And the PDF tutorial will probably most likely be written on Monday, you guys. I don't know if I'll have a chance to write it this week, but I usually try to have it out Monday. And just a little note on that. What else is coming up? Tomorrow is Tuesday. So again, we're kitting up, and at some point I want to get on and do a Tip Tuesday. If for some reason I cannot make that happen, I will be live on Wednesday. On Wednesday it might be the Tip Tuesday. I have swap cards that I need to share with you too, and I told Bonnie I would have them back to her by Thursday. So I have to do on Wednesday some lives with you guys, and so I might just do all of that on Wednesday with you guys. So don't hold me accountable for a Tip Tuesday tomorrow in case I roll it over to Wednesday. So just putting that out there that it'll happen. And then what we'll do is the drawing for those people that place orders between, what was it, the 15th and the 18th. If you place an order during the seasonal sale that was over $75, I'm giving away a stamp set, which I haven't figured out what stamp set, but I'll have one for you guys. So I think that's it. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I see all the Thanksgiving love coming in. Yay. Yes, lots of Thanksgiving love. Shirley got birthday love. Feline had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to anybody else that has one in the last couple days or that's coming up. I think that's it. Well, we're a little bit over. I always try to keep the classes to 2 hours, you guys, but we did a lot of, the showcase. We showed off some cards in the beginning of class, but I'm going to try to do a showcase for you guys on Wednesday too. So we got a lot for Wednesday, but let's get through tomorrow first. All right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you. If you have anything that you need, don't hesitate to reach out, and